Hey everybody, welcome to Your Side. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Paul.
And we're doing part 2 of our films of the decade, covering 2015 to 2019. You try and do that math in your head that fast.
That's this year.
My God.
We do videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday being our shorter, quicker reviews and trivias, and Thursday being our bigger pieces. We should like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, do all that kind of YouTube-y stuff.
Be good internet citizens and help us out.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
5 away from right now, 5 away from 100.
And we're also, coincidentally, 5 away from the last 5 years of this decade in our list. And the way this is going to work is, folks, these are not the best films of the year in any specific year, in anybody's opinion, but ours. And only of the films that we've seen. We cannot categorically say this is the best film of that year because we didn't see every single film. Mm-hmm. So we're going to tell you why we chose the films we choose. Some of our choices may seem strange to you out there because we're weird, but also because sometimes we'll pick it because of what it meant to us or the cinema experience we had, etc., etc. We will try and explain why in each one. And kicking it off first, it's me for 2015. So in 2015, I'm going to throw in my few honourable mentions first. Ooh. And I'm going to say The Martian was quite a good film. Was that on your list?
Yeah.
Martian was on your list. Cool. Martian, the film I almost chose as my top spot, Spotlight. Spotlight is one of the greatest films ever made. Please watch it. Mad Max Fury Road, I'm saying as a joke because everybody else has put it as their best film of this decade. I disagree strongly. I think it was an amazing feat of cinema making. It is not the best film. Just that simple. I have a bit of a bee in my bonnet about it. What about you?
I kind of agree. I really like the film. No, I really like the film. I really like the film. Don't think it's the best of the decade. It's a very, as you said, it's a very good piece.
Yep, it'll be beaten by most of the things we're gonna talk about in the next 10 minutes. So my top choice for 2015 best film is The Big Short. It's also maybe my contender for the best film of the decade in some ways. I think The Big Short is... how should I put this? It handles a complex story. Paul had picked another film similar to this in the previous list. It takes a very difficult topic to make interesting and exciting and makes it absolutely digestible, absolutely intriguing. It's shot and mixed together in its different storylines. It is a feat of cinema, not just from the acting and the editing, etc., but just in the storytelling, to get people interested, keep them interested, make it gripping, and essentially, I think make not just the best film of the year, but maybe the best film of the decade. I know, big talk. Birdman still beats it for me, but okay. I know.
What is this film?
The Big Short. The Big Short. I already said that at the start. Sorry.
Apologies.
Paul was reading his notes when I said The Big Short.
My notes. It's a very good film. I would agree.
I now know why I didn't get a reaction. That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Do not. I'm joking. It's fine.
Now you get to see the live kind of crap that goes on. Big Short is a very good film. I really do enjoy it.
Sure you do, Paul. Yeah.
It's a very good film.
My choice is Big Short. Paul, what do you say?
It's a very good film.
Did I pick your best of the year on that list?
No, you didn't.
Good.
So, my honourable mentions, the top 3 are, which is Project Almanac, which is a interesting time travel kind of esque film done by the teenagers. It has a very interesting paradox of meeting yourself from the past or future. It's very good.
I'm going to check that out. I haven't seen it.
Steve Jobs with Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
Talking to Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs. That's a very good one. Crimson Peak, because Del Toro's my boy.
There had to any year that Del Toro made a film, it's going to be in his honourable mentions. Just getting that out there.
Not all the time, but a lot of the times. Chappie, Tomorrowland, Selfless. Selfless is an interesting Ryan Reynolds film with also
Ben Kingsley. Isn't it? Yeah. Selfless was good.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens also mentioned.
I forgot to put that in my honourable mentions.
Inside Out. That's my choice.
Oh, that's your top choice?
Yeah. Pixar, Inside Out.
Is it because you want to make me cry thinking about one particular part of the film?
Let me just tell you, when you talk about an imaginary friend and you have a, what year was that, 2000? You have a 27-year-old man who has a very stouted emotional palate, crying in a cinema
Oh, he's describing him because I fit all that except for the 27 part.
Inside Out, it's a very good film. It's a very good Pixar film.
I genuinely think, because it didn't even make my honorable mentions because I forgot, and I'm annoyed at myself for forgetting, because I actually think it's a brilliant film. You're right. Voice acting was amazing, but God, it's such a good film on so many levels.
Yeah.
Watch it, digest it, break it down, and then watch it again and cry the second time too. Every time, a little tear.
So our choices are...
My choice was The Big Short.
And Inside Out.
And that was for 2015. Yeah. If I got to do the 2015 before it.
Oh, yeah.
2015.
2016.
Ooh.
See, right in the money.
Hit me with 2016, Paul.
So, some honourable mentions quickly. Deepwater Horizon.
I still haven't seen it. I know you told me to, and I still didn't see it.
Motherfucker.
I've just been caught.
Moana.
I actually haven't seen Moana either. This is terrible.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. 3 of my top picks, and he hasn't seen them. We also have Deadpool, Zootopia, Captain America, Civil War, The Accountant. All great films.
Yeah.
My top pick, though, is Arrival.
Oh, good choice.
It's my favorite film of 2016.
Denis Villeneuve was Jeremy Renner, Amy Adams, linguistics, and time travel, kind of.
Yeah,
that's a good
Lawrence
choice.
Fishburne's in that film, I believe.
That's a good choice. So, what, like, give us the one-liner.
I'm a real big fan of time travel, and I'm also a film I'm really interested in kind of sci-fi, and when they do it really cleverly and stuff like that, it seems good. They hid a lot of really, really good elements in Arrival and stuff like that. The director,
Denis Villeneuve,
which is he is going to be doing the new Dune series, which movie, which I can't wait for because it's really hard to do. Doing well. So
without getting too trippy and crazy, it's going to be really, really hard to do. I think he can pull it off, though. Good choice. So your top choice was Arrival.
Arrival, yeah.
Very nice. A lot of the honorable mentions are the same for me and you, so I'm gonna just skip to the ones that you didn't mention. Nice Guys is a really underrated film. Check it out with Gosling and Maximum Decimus Meridius, with Australian
Russell
Crowe. Thank you, Russell Crowe. You're always in my mind until just there. I forgot you. Moonlight was great. Hell or High Water deserves a particularly honourable mention. If you haven't seen it, it's awesome. Jeff Bridges is always great. It's a particularly good film. 10 Cloverfield Lane, I actually really enjoyed.
I really enjoyed that film as well.
Just it's an enjoyable film. I don't think it's the best thing ever. But my version of Arrival for that year was a film called Midnight Special. Midnight Special, and it's not my top pick, but Midnight Special got overtaken and didn't really get an awful lot of traction. So I want to mention it here. Midnight Special is well worth seeing if you're ever thinking, I liked Arrival and I want to see something weird. It's I'm not going to give the whole plot right now. Let's just put it this way. Joel Edgerton, Michael Shannon, they have a boy, they're on the move, we don't know what's going on, and there's definitely some sci-fi to it. Check it out. It's worth it. My top pick you mentioned in your honorable mentions, Deadpool. Why would you pick a comic book movie or something like that as your top film of the year? Do you remember watching Deadpool in 2016? Because I do. I remember watching Deadpool. I remember being in the cinema. I remember where I sat. I remember being really, really impressed, really happy, laughing my ass off. And then I remember the second time I saw it, because the second time I saw it was a couple of days later because I enjoyed it so much the first time round. It's a great example of cinema that is enjoyable. Not everything has to be high art. Deadpool is the ultimate expression for me in a lot of ways of enjoyable filmmaking. It had a lot going on, a lot of action, a lot of laughs, a lot of charisma, and a lot of poop jokes.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Reynolds is also, he's the perfect person to play Deadpool.
Yeah. He's also possibly the perfect person.
Tweet him this video.
Yeah, at Van City Reynolds. See, I do follow you on Twitter. Not a psycho. It's all right. Love me back. Deadpool is my choice. Arrival is yours. I'm wondering if you've seen Midnight Special, because I
haven't.
You're gonna love it.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. So on to
2007.
Teen. 2017. And that's...
Sorry, I'm too much in Arrival right now.
Is that me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Covering my ass.
I have a problem with 2017 that I have a lot to cover, so I'm just going to list out my honourable mentions and not say anything. Because there was Logan. There was Logan Lucky. There was 2 films with Logan in them, for God's sakes. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Fabulous film. Mother by Darren Aronofsky. Maybe just check it out before you see it in case it mightn't be your thing. It's quite arresting. Wonder Woman, which I genuinely thought, save the last 10% of it, it was a really, really good film. Okay, we all know the final fight was crap. Go back and watch it. The rest of it was still really, really good.
Very good.
My top 2 honourable mentions, though, were I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, which...
it's very good.
We can't go into, but trust me, it's worth seeing. And then the film that everybody thinks I'm going to pick, but I didn't, which is Baby Driver. Baby Driver, again, combines a couple of things I really like. The word driver and the director.
Oh, okay.
What were you going to say?
The second
babies?
word is not a...
I just realised how that might have sounded. At no point was I ever talking about babies. I was thinking Cars and Edgar Wright. I need to...
Self-added.
Yeah. My top pick for the year, that was very, very simple for me. Again, I left the cinema going, I really am so annoyed that loads of people aren't going to see this. It's The Big Sick by Kumail Nanjiani. It's his semi-autobiographical it's a... How about I start that again? It's a self-life-telling story thing.
Yeah, it's a very good film.
I had words a second ago. It's beautifully acted, beautifully shot. It's got so much heart, so much emotion, and it's so honest and touching the whole way through. Ray Romano shows up at 1 or 2 points in it, and you forget that he's Ray Romano because the film is so good. I think Kumail Nanjiani's Big Sick is one of the most underwatched films that should be much, much more popular. If you haven't seen it, do see it.
I definitely agree.
Thank you. That was my choice.
You're going to find out from 2017, it seems like a lot of good stuff came out. I'm going to avoid the ones that you mentioned.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to give you The Great Wall, which is a fantastically looking film.
Is it? Is it like it looked pretty? I didn't get to see it.
It's like the costume design, concepts design, like production designs, all fantastically looking.
Cool.
Story's meh, but the rest of it is just
worth the visual.
Its shine is really nice. Which goes Get Out.
Oh, yeah, I really should have had that on my honourable mentions. Good call.
It was a very good one. Life, which Ryan Reynolds. Which goes once again, Ryan Reynolds comes up a lot on these lists. Ryan Reynolds.
Now I'm starting to think you have a thing for him.
Which goes Spider-Man: Homecoming, also a film that I really, really liked. Let's back away from that one. Blade Runner 2049, very good. Thor Ragnarok, Murder on the Orient Express,
absolutely underrated as well.
The Greatest Showman and Bright, there's my quick honourable mentions. The longer ones, Split. My God, James McAvoy, what the hell did you hide? How you definitely have split personalities, don't you?
Yeah, it was good. Good performance, man.
Your Name, which is an anime movie, fantastic. I'm going to try to get this guy to watch it. It is very, very good.
Okay.
Which goes Dunkirk. My God, Christopher Nolan. How are you just? Never mind.
Always too. Not just how, but how always.
Yeah. It.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was even that year. That
came out, which goes Shape of Water. It's my top. It's not my top.
Who directed that?
It's Del Toro, my boy. You can see that I really, really like Shape of Water from our Oscar pick stuff. Which goes, I decided not to pick this because you know how much I love it anyway, so it'll be a bit of an easy one. I chose Darkest Hour.
Awesome,
very good film. Very
awesome
good film.
Bit of cinema. What, like, okay, well, you're gonna have to take your 10 seconds at Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour, it's just a fantastic short story of one of the most traumatic times during World War II for the British people, and to have essentially this turmoil between all the all the political powers that to be. You had Neville Chamberlain's like going for peace with with a tyrant and a horrible Hitler himself being terrible, you have nice.
Well, yeah, Gary Oldman acting the socks off himself.
Yeah, like, well, I was going to say, Winston Churchill coming in as kind of like, needing to do the job and stuff. He is awful in many ways and also brilliant in other ways. But Gary Oldman plays that character amazingly well. It is like he plays the nice charm of Winston Churchill, the like sharp political mind of using different things to his advantages, knowing how to play the game, and also which goes, and then just the heart, the heart that obviously this man probably had. So
yeah, it's well said. It's a film that I really should have had in my honorable mentions, and that is proof that when we're knocking up these lists for ourselves, there was always going to be some films you're going to miss, because you see so many films in a year. And I know when this is all over, we're both going to go, you know what, neither one of us caught. There'll be a film that we both think is amazing. But that's good. So that was 2017. Our choices are The Big Sick and
Darkest Hour.
So that leads us on to 2018.
Not 28.
And who is it me?
Yes.
Oh God, it's me. All right. Well, that's terrible, because I actually have written down on my notes. Actually, it is me. You're right. I think. No, it's you.
No, it's me.
Great, it's you.
It's me.
Yay.
So, I'll go through quickly. Black Panther, Upgrade, underrated sci-fi film.
Haven't seen it and want to.
Tag, which is also a great heartful film about our friends who have played tag for like 30 years or something.
Oh yeah.
Venom.
Oh,
very nice
completely
film.
Forgot it. Super surprised.
First Man, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, left me cold.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody is a good one.
Overlord.
Never watched it in the end.
J.J. Abrams, which is a horror World War II kind of thing. It's an interesting film. It's not great. It's just a fun film.
It's funny, I forgot that Abrams did that film, because in my head it's like Eli Roth just from the trailers. You know what I mean? It's like, woo. I got to see that at some stage.
Honorable mention, Ready Player One.
Oh, dishonorable mention's a good call for that, yeah.
It's my only one.
It disappointed the hell out of both of us. I love the book. I love Steven Spielberg. I love everything that could or should have been done with it. Bit of a miss there, folks. Bit of a miss.
And then my better ones, Avengers Infinity War. My God, guys, come on. Infinity War was great. Green Book, also a fantastic, really nice film.
Yep.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Come on.
What can you say?
Now, my pick for the top is A Quiet Place. I can't say much because the film is entirely silent.
No, he was thinking that up a second ago.
It's not. It is a fantastic film. David, John Krasinski. I keep saying David. John Krasinski, Emily Blunt. Really, really nice. Chemistry, the silent chemistry. The children are fantastic actors. It's well written. It's a really nice piece. Like the fantastic use of sound. My God. You know.
And I unfortunately have to tell you now that I won't be picking a top pick that's different. So I'll be giving you honourable mentions in a moment, but I can't in any good conscience not also pick The Quiet Place as the best movie of that year. So I have to now say something that he just hasn't said. And what I can say is cinema experience. It was a singular cinema experience because of their use of sound. To sit there and have every piece of popcorn that you put near your face be wrapped in guilt, also in fear of if you were going to ruin it for anybody else or yourself. It was a cool experience. I would like very much to see that film again in a cinema with a lot of people. It was a hell of a good experience. And what a great film. Quiet Place would be my number one too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw in some honourable mentions for 2018 then. I had written down three-way tie before I decided I just can't not pick Quiet Place. So the two films that almost were top were Into the Spider-Verse, which, I'm going to be controversial here, probably the best superhero movie.
Oh, nice.
It's, when you think about it, it was an incredible feat. What they did with that. See Spider-Verse, it's beautiful. Again, I'd love to see it in the cinema again. I hope they do re-release these things, because I think it's a cinema film in every way. But my other honourable mention is Bo Burnham's 8th Grade. Again, about 10 of you have ever seen it, I think. But I want to give it some props here, because it was Bo Burnham, the comedian's, his directorial debut. The actor or actress that plays the young girl who's in 8th grade has her own YouTube channel.
Oh.
But it's about adolescence, and it deals with it so well, so hardly, so harshly, that I emotionally connected with the film and went on a journey with the kid.
Oh.
Even though it's a journey that in no way could mirror my own, and I didn't share any of those experiences, but it was so well made. I was on it with her.
Yeah.
It's a film that's dripping with emotion, but not in a messy way. Mm-hmm. It's great. 8th grade, check it out.
No, I'll definitely check that one out, yeah.
So Quiet Place for 2018. So we're on to the last year, which unfortunately for us is this year.
Yeah.
So this is an incomplete, because somebody could in the next, next month or whatever, release an amazing film.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Knives Out yet, for example.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Le Mans.
Le Mans 66, Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Well,
seen that.
I'm going first, and it may well come up on this list. Everybody out there is thinking I'm going to pick it as my best, but will I? I do love cars enough that sometimes I would do that. My honourable mentions, though, I don't think you can go through this year without mentioning Endgame. It broke every record, and that's how it'll be remembered. But also people should remember that it ended a 22 episode or 23 episode saga incredibly well. Mm-hmm. The art and skill that it took to do that was incredible. It's not my favourite Marvel film. It's not the best film of the year, but it's a hell of an achievement, and it deserves a lot of respect.
No, it's on my list as well.
Yeah, not just for the money either. My big surprise of the year, or my 2 big surprises of the year, were Downton Abbey. I weirdly had a lovely time at the cinema.
Yeah.
Shazam, I think, is criminally underrated, and if it had been released this week instead of at the start of the year as a Christmas film, I think Shazam would be doing gangbusters.
Yeah, I think so too.
They messed Shazam up by trying to stick it in between Captain Marvel and Endgame. It never stood a chance, folks.
No, it really didn't.
But if you haven't seen it, do try and watch it around the holiday Christmas period, because you'll end up going, yeah. It's a winter film. Fighting with My Family is a small wrestling film.
It's on my list too.
Brilliant. It's one of the first times I left the cinema and then started tweeting, just in the hope that people, I think I tweeted from our channel actually, and from my own account, just to hope that some people would go to the cinema and see it, because nobody was going to see it. Realistically, it was a very, very small advertising budget. It is great. That film is so sweet, honest, direct, full of heart. Fighting with My Family is a film I will watch again before this year is out.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And it's looked like it's launched a career to Florence Pugh, who ended up doing Midsommar and became more famous for it, and is now going to be in the Black Widow movie.
Oh.
So she is now in the Marvel family after fighting with her family. Look at that for a little segue. I did not pick Ford v Ferrari. Ford v Ferrari for me is so far my maybe second or third best film of the year. Also called Le Mans 66, which is what it's called here, but it'll always be Ford v Ferrari for me. It's not a car film, people. Watch it and you'll see that it's actually a film about creative people versus business people. That's what it is. Okay. And it's wonderful. But my best film, my top film of the year, it doesn't take a genius. It's Joker. Joker is an incredible movie. And I don't even want to go on about it, because I think I could fill up all the rest of the time.
Yeah, well, you can watch our thoughts right here, because Joker is also my one.
That's your pick?
Yeah, it's my pick as well. So mine
I would be angry at you if you had picked something else, to be honest.
Mine are just going to be quick honourable mentions, and sadly you took most of them. So we could. So I'm going to Glass.
35 minutes of Glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a slight dishonorable mention kind of thing, and it's also a slight honorable mention. The dishonorable mention of How You Don't Die Off a trilogy, and an honorable mention of way to go back to work that you may not, should not have, or should have way earlier there, Mister.
Yeah, Shyamalan.
Should I put a twist at the end? Should I put myself into the thing?
Rant over.
Yeah. Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
I haven't seen it. Is it?
It's a fun film.
Ryan Reynolds.
Didn't think I was going to
There's a theme.
Didn't think I was going to enjoy that film. So, and I did. Which is It Chapter 2. Also a fantastic film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a terrible cinema experience, and you know who you were, all you people that ruined that particular cinema night.
Which is and Frozen 2.
You're just assuming that, or have you seen it?
No, I've seen it.
You've seen Frozen
I've
2
seen
already.
Frozen
It's
2,
like, not to date when this was recorded, but I think it's like 2-3 days ago.
I saw it on Saturday of the recording. Yeah.
That's
so I saw it about a week ago. It's a fun film. It's an interesting kind of story of a film that definitely didn't seem like it was going to get a second one, which was when I was going through the entire film, I was kind of going, is there a song that I'm going to be hearing for the next 3 years and I'm going to need to murder to? No, there doesn't seem to be a song.
There's no big let it go. There's nothing you have to let go.
Or at least that I could see.
Yeah, well, you're going to find that there's an 8-year-old girl with pigtails at some point that's going to be singing a song at you, and you're like, now you've ruined Frozen 2.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that then. That's good. Comment down below which one of us is Anna, and which one of us is Elsa.
All right.
Doing it for the comments.
And then my two very much honourable mentions is Brightburn.
Oh yeah,
James Gunn film. It is fantastic. It's just a nice piece. Still don't understand how he got away with what he did.
My description of that film though is I like my one line that they should have put on the poster. What would have happened if Superman had crashed one farm further over and was just like a little bit different?
Yeah,
it's like what if he wasn't Kent? What if he was a bit creepy Kent?
Yeah, pretty much. Which is, it's a very good film. And Terminator Dark Fate. It's also one that I mentioned as well.
Well, you give that an honourable mention. You know what? I enjoyed it. It didn't make my honourable mentions, but I'm kind of glad you have. Because I think it gets way too much flack.
I'm giving it an honourable mention because it is essentially how someone who has been watching their franchise slowly being chipped away and murdered and destroyed comes back and really sets back, setting the bone back in the right place kind of thing. So, and
my favourite part of that film is everybody else's least favourite part, which is the first 10 minutes. So there you go. Which
you can also see our reviews of the Terminator films and how we list them right here. So there's a lot of callbacks this year.
So there you go. 2019 Joker. Watch it.
It's very good.
2019 is Joker's our winner. And with that, we've now done 2 videos. Also linked up here is the part 1. Mm-hmm. Please watch both. Please enjoy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week.
Comment down below any videos or any movies that we may have forgotten that you think deserves the top spot of that year. And which goes also or comment down below if you think we're wrong.
Yeah, and I'm Anna, and he's Elsa. I don't know which one's which, I'll be honest.
Elsa's the one with the frozen powers, the ice powers.
Oh, well, then I'll be
Anna's the one that doesn't have powers, but has the nice boyfriend.
Oh, I'd like the nice boyfriend. I'll do that. Yeah. Ice powers.
She's also really good friends with Olaf. I know this way too much, lads.
It really does. This is cool. I'm wondering how long I could get you doing this into a camera.
Here's an interesting fact. Jack Whitehall was meant to be in the first Frozen, but he was cut out. You can
Jack
look
Whitehall?
that up. Yeah.
Really? Well, fair play to him.
He's meant to be a troll.
Okay. And on that rather unexpected note,
no factor.
I hope you enjoyed the decade of movies. I hope you enjoyed the look back. Let us know what you would have chosen, or if our list is wrong in your opinion. Mm-hmm. I've been Patrick.
And I've been Paul.
And we've been Here Aside. We'll see you in we'll see you for loads more videos this year. Bye.
See you later.